Um,
Ah, yes.
yeah. Anything before we start the briefing? Like questions, remarks, whatever.
Well, yeah, I have something. When reading the documents, there was I saw the remark that you're not supposed to update your DCS when on Thursdays and Sundays, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is a bit of an issue for me, and I think possibly for Roy as well, at least. Since we're on Steam, it generally does auto update. So when there is an update, it forces you to do the update before you're allowed to fly.
Really? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Shouldn't there be
So
a way to like? I think you can. I don't know, but like I think there should be a way. I can't like.
I can have a look if there is something, but I was wondering if you guys know the case and know a way around it. But then I guess I'll just have a look. Maybe I
to be
can.
yeah, to be honest, I don't know anybody except of you two guys now who's on Steam.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, shouldn't be like patch day is not that often, right? And
Mm.
the problem is with ED fucking up
Mm-hmm.
some stuff, right? So especially for multiplayer missions, and suddenly you have bugs that you never were aware of before, and that's basically the reason why we don't update on mission days, right? Especially with some like big updates like 2.9 coming, there will be definitely stuff that like breaks some, or there will be broken stuff in the game for sure, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the reason why we don't update on mission days. There can be exceptions to this. Maybe like it's just a small update or something, right? But then we will announce it in Discord. We'll say, okay, update for today's mission, right?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. But the rule is generally we don't update on mission days because bad things happened in the past.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with the briefing. By the way, if you, I think I have not, yeah, I haven't touched the briefing really, but there shouldn't be any names in there right now. I basically only took the briefing that I did with Roy here,
Yeah.
and like there's no reason to make a second one because it's the same except for that we're not Viking 1, we're Wolf 2 today.
Yeah.
All right. And the date is wrong, but anyway. Yeah, no roll call needed, only one flight, so both of us are here, that's fine. Briefing timeline is also not 100% correct since it's the wrong times, but we just pretend it's 1 hour earlier. So it's 19:05. We start the briefing now, and approximately 30 minutes of briefing needed for the flight. The workflow intro afterwards. It depends on how much we have to do, really, but because I told you some stuff in our interview already, right? So probably we can step a bit earlier than 2100, but nonetheless, we step no later than 2000 in our case today. All right, situation, nothing to tell because it's a training flight over a training area. Weather, it's just here as a placeholder. We it's always like kind of an issue to know the exact weather because it's a running mission, right? And we have different presets. So just take this as a placeholder. But anyway, we have ATIS on Pry button 10. So we will check ATIS before when starting up the jet, so we will get the actual weather. Last time I flew with Roy, we had a pretty hefty crosswind. I hope the weather is a bit nicer today. But we'll see. Manage it anyway. All right, Intel update. We have active SA2 and SA8s in the area around EC South. I'll come to a picture later. So EC South, SAM shots will be simulated and won't harm the aircraft. We basically have the Fox script running. That means we have actual live systems on the ground. They will shoot missiles, but the shots will be destroyed before they hit you, right? We'll also give you a little text message in the top right saying there's a missile for you. It also gives you some advices in which direction or which heading to fly. Don't pay too much attention to that really, because it just tells you which heading to crank to. But if we're far enough away, which we should today, because we're doing pre-brief shots against the SA2, and the SA8 normally never fires at us because we don't get close enough. So most likely just doing split S and snaking away from the SA2 is the more effective way instead of cranking. All right. Anyway, static bomb targets circles and vehicles around range 61 and 64. I'll show you have a little picture in your MDC how that range roughly looks, but I will talk you on to targets anyway, so that should be fine. Objectives. Standard fan flight over the NTTR. This flight is conducted to give both the IP of CVW66 and potential candidate a good introduction into CVW60 features and the knowledge of the candidate. We take off via flex turnout, basically standard VFR departure. Go over that in a minute. And then we conduct aerial refueling at Texaco Shell. Today we'll take Texaco as our primary, but can also divert to Shell if we need to. We take a pre-briefed harm shot at the SA2 in EC South, and afterwards we engage the SA8 via our TO harm shot. Harm shots, the codes for the harm for the pre-briefed shots are also in the mission data card. Then afterwards we engage a TO of the talk on with the AGM65 Echo. How that basically works is I'll pass you some coordinates while flying. You enter these coordinates, open your sensor on the grid, and tell me what you see, and I'll talk you on to the target. It's a bit like CAS talk on, right? So that's basically just to communicate a bit. Afterwards, we engage target of opportunity after sensor track. What that means is, what I want you to do basically is, I will mark a target, set a target waypoint, right? And you can use the SA page and the HMD to see that target, right? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay. So and then we do some MK82 dive bombing on that. No special procedures. We can try to build it in, like hit a certain dive angle and stuff, but I think that's too much for a fan flight, really. So we'll just drop the 2 bombs and that's it. And afterwards, we recover via strike recovery. More about that in a minute too. Right, for the overview of the flight, that's our flight. So we're basically flying the whole NTTR, starting from Nellis into Sally Corridor. That first line there is a bit too straight. We fly a bit different. So we basically fly a bit to the left and then fly the flex turnout, which is a small left turn, then to turn right on 260, and then turn into Sally Corridor. Fly through Sally Corridor roughly until Dream, which we don't have a waypoint for today, but we can just use radials for that. And then we turn towards Texaco and go for air-to-air refueling. None of the navigation stuff is really a thing for you today. I'll do it. Just try to follow along, and ask questions if you don't know stuff. But I mean, since you were, I don't know, a real life ATC, you probably know how that stuff works. All right. After air-to-air refueling, we turn left. We fly to the next waypoint, and then we turn south from there. Try to avoid Groom Lake Air Force Base, which is a no-fly zone, and then turn south towards EC South, where the seed engagement will happen. Yeah, it's not that waypoint there where it says engage SAMs, right? The little Caesar thingy there down southwest of Pajute Mesa airstrip. But it's more, the targets are a bit more to the north. But I mean, Harm tells us where it is, right? So no worries about that. The SA8s, I will basically tell you where to fly to, and then once you see them on your scope, you shoot.
Okay.
Right. The mission timeline. We start in-game 0330 is the server start time, in-game Zulu time. Take off no later than 0350. I think 20 minutes is plenty time to enter the waypoints that we need to enter manually today because it's a template mission running. So we enter the waypoints, we do a nav check. So we compare the waypoint heading and range, right? Just to be sure we have the same waypoints in the jet. So take off 0350 no later than AAR, right? So 045, 15 minutes after takeoff is our air-to-air refueling. We should be done with that, or start it, not be done with it, but start the air-to-air refueling 15 minutes after takeoff. Just some 50 miles, I think, from the airport to the tanker track, so it shouldn't be an issue to make it in time. Next thing we do is do the seed engagement in EC South. So approximately at 0430, we will take the pre-brief shot on the SA2, and 10 minutes later we'll engage the SA8. These times are really only approximate times, right? Just to show you the basic principle of how the briefing for us works and stuff like that. After that, we continue to range 64, 63, do the R2 ground engagement. The first is the talk-on shot with the 65 Echo at 0450, and at 0500 we make the TO shot for Mark 2. Afterwards, we fence out and recovery, and the server we should be parked at around 0515, which gives us a bit more. Yeah, the flight time roughly is just 1.5 hours, right, from takeoff to landing. 1 hour 20 minutes actually. All right. Let's talk about that's wrong. Let's talk about the departure. So first of all, airport diagram. Nellis, are you familiar with the airbase somewhat?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, so we park down here, right? On Foxtrot parking in that area. Obviously, depending on which runway is active, we'll have to taxi the long way, or we can make it the short way. We'll take the runway that ATIS tells us is active, basically.
Yeah.
Right. So normally, if we have bigger missions or a squadron nights where multiple aircraft are flying, we pre-brief active landing and departure runway. So let's say our departure runway would be 03 right, and the landing runway would be 03 left, something like that, right? Or vice versa. But for today, we'll just take the one ATIS tells us to. Oh, sorry. Departure-wise, we have two, depending on which runway is active, right? Both flex turnout flex. You're familiar with the waypoint flex by any chance?
I think I've used it before in a decaf flight, but it's just a waypoint, isn't it?
It's a waypoint, but it's a visually reference. You can reference it visually. You have some. It looks like triangles. That's why there are triangles on this VFR chart, right? There are sand berms basically. I think it's an old shooting range or something, but you can see these triangle-shaped sand walls basically.
All right. Okay.
So that's roughly where flex is, but we have the radial as well, just for reference. For the runway 21, it's a bit of a tight takeoff, really, tight turn in the beginning there. So we take off. We try to, as I already told you in the interview, we try to simulate real life procedures as good as possible, or as close as possible to real life, right? So that means noise abatement procedures, because if we take off 2-1, we're taking off right over Las Vegas. Take off as soon as you're airborne. Before you cross the threshold of the runway, cut the afterburner. Come into a right-hand turn. Don't climb above 3,000. Stay above 2,500. and do a sharp right-hand turn and try to hit the intersection of Interstate 215 and Interstate 15. It's a bit hard to see if you don't know what to look for, but I will be 10 seconds, or let's do 5 seconds. I will be 5 seconds in front of you, right? So you can always follow me visually. And if we do the 2-1 takeoff, I will try to tell you where the visual references are. But just so you know, there are basically two interstates, and they cross in a T-shaped junction. And that's basically where until then, we need to stay below 3,000 and then flex below 4,000. And then we turn out on heading, in this case, 320, just above the mountains after flex start climbing, because the mountains get high pretty fast. That's for 2-1. That's the more difficult takeoff, really. The 403 is pretty easy, right? Take off. You have the motorway racetrack off your left if you take off. Until you're behind that, you stay below 3,000. Afterwards, you're free to climb. Go for the stars. And then, as you see, at radial 349 or 420, be above 10,200. But by that time, we're not flying the chart anymore. We're just resuming on navigation. The VFR flight anyways, but yeah. All right. Tanker plan, as I already told you, we take Texaco at flight level 210, as close as DCS gets it with true altitude bias that it has. Tarkan is 109 X-ray, and it's on that is wrong. It's Pry button 11, not aux. Pry button 11, and then we go for air-to-air refueling. Recovery plan. Strike recovery. Depending again on which runway is active, we will either start the recovery here at strike, or we start it at gas peak. Right? Strike is you don't have really a visual reference for strike, so we fly that waypoint of the radial, and afterwards we just fly visually 080. Obviously, stick to the altitudes. And then apex is a visual referenced waypoint. It's a concrete plant with a little pond by its side. So that's basically apex. That's where we turn on runway heading. If we start at gas peak, it gets like all these 2-1 or 0-3 landings and 2-1 takeoffs are really tight here, right? Because you have Las Vegas International to the south, so we have to stay inside a 4 nautical mile arc. And you see here we are at 5,000 feet, right? Here we are at 4,000.
Minimum 4,000. Yeah.
So, and the elevation, the runway elevation is roughly 1,500 feet, right? so we have to lose some to 2,500 feet in that turn when we cross Las Vegas Boulevard. It looks really awkward. And it feels freaking awkward to like come down with like a 7-8 degree glide
path.
But yeah, it's just the way these approaches works to stay outside of Las Vegas.
Now I'm hoping we'll get that one.
Yeah, it's fun, but the first time it really like you're coming into that turn and you think, Jesus, I want to go around.
Gonna feel wrong, I guess.
It really does, yeah. Like we also hear, it's a nice approach though, because it has some good visual references like Craig Ranch and Shadow Creek Golf Course, which you can easily spot in the city. It's basically 2 big green patches in the middle of the city. That we can use there. But yeah, we'll see. And again, we will recover in a half-a-mile trail. So as soon as we start a recovery, you will go half a mile trail, and we land one after another, right? No need for an overhead brake or anything. Normally, it's Navy way, right, to do overhead brakes. But especially on a fan flight, doing an overhead brake on this approach on runway 03, it's like you It's hard to stay in formation in that turn, let's say. Right. Okay.
So we'll land. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I caught that one. We're gonna land in section, or are we gonna land with a little bit of separation?
We have separation. I'll put you in trail.
Okay.
There's no thing like a section takeoff or landing. It's actually prohibited.
Oh.
Too many accidents, I guess. All right. Questions?
None so far.
Nice. Yeah. Early on the briefing here, but that's always good. Being early is always good. Okay. Yeah, let's go talk about the we put a shortcut to the keyboard folder. Jesus. Let's talk about the MDC real quick. So now I need to make that fit my screen here. It'll be fine though.
I still see your Google Drive.
Obviously you do, because what? I'm streaming the application, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me change that real quick.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Yeah, call sign already briefed, right? Mission number not applicable for our flight today, really. A step time 12:30 local time. Check-in time is 12:37. We should really do that in Zulu. Just makes sense. No? Anyway, launch and recover as briefed. Flight crew, yeah, pretty obvious, I guess. You will need to, or yeah, you can. You don't have, but it's a nice habit to do. Check that you have the right modex set, or set the right modex. You need to rearm anyway, so you can set the modex as well. You're familiar with concept of yardsticks?
Yes, but I didn't use it a lot because I thought the hammocks was just more convenient.
Yes, it truly is, but there might be some occasions where you don't have the J hammocks, right? Especially flying like a campaign set in '94 where you don't have J hammocks still, and it's still nice to know how it works and how to set it up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
MIDS button 22. We will use MIDS as our main inter-flight communication channel. IFF, if you're fancy, set it. Not that important today, but especially flying with human controllers.
Mode 3, I guess.
Yeah, that's mode 3. Yeah, mode 4 is automatically on, and mode 1 we just skip.
Yeah.
All right. Loadout wise, yeah, we go with a Cap 9 ACMI just for reasons. With the Cap 9, we have the ability to do BFM training set if we have fuel, whatever, right? Time. Which isn't normally not the case, but we'll see. Could be. AGM 65 station 8, harm on station 7. Station 6 stays empty. We have one tank and the center line, and the AT Fleer on station 4, another harm on station 3, and 2 by MK82 on station 2. Stroke fuel is 6,000, bingo is 4,000. I might stretch that if we're at range at the air to ground ranges, which are basically 20 miles away from Nellis, and we're hitting bingo, and we just have like some 5 minutes to do stuff, then I will ignore the bingo because we're still safe. We go with the equal countermeasure loadout, J hammocks, cat trim we don't need, so we just stay at 12 degrees, and we have an asymmetrical loadout, so no need to trim for that. Except for if we have a hefty crosswind, then it might come into play, but yeah, it's more than a guess. We don't have charts for that. Fuel, gross weight, pretty standard, nothing special there. Departure and recovery, we already talked about that. Fuel letter-wise, we'll see if we need it or not. Only one flight today in the area, and we have a couple of control agencies to talk to. We have Blackjack is the control agency for EC South and the air-to-ground ranges, and Showtime is the control agency for the northern part where only air-to-air stuff is happening normally. Speaking about agencies, I promise that I will forget to change frequencies. I always do. I always do that in fan flights because I'm like talking and explaining stuff, right? And then just like the basic stuff just falls down behind me, basically. So yeah, we'll see. I try to remember, but normally I tend to forget in fan flights to change frequencies. All right. Yeah, Texaco is our tanker. We already briefed that, and our divert is Screech, which is, if we need to divert, we can go there. It's only 20 miles from Nellis, so yeah, whatever. ROEs were cleared on all targets in EC South and the air-to-ground ranges. Code words, we don't need the air-to-ground checklist just for convenience. Little game plan thing, basically what we already briefed, right? No need to go through that anymore. Just for reference, if you need to reference it in flight or if I need to reference. Oh, see, another thing I forgot to change. Waypoint 1 is not longer preset in the jet, so waypoint 1 will be empty. Nonetheless, to avoid confusion, enter the waypoints at the number that they are briefed in here, right? So we start basically with waypoint 2.
Yeah.
Enter 4 waypoints, and then we do the nav check, and that's it. Again, harm thread codes for the pre-briefed shot, a little picture of our flight plan again, and that's a picture of the range, right? It's range 63. It's in there. That doesn't mean we use that range, right? It's basically in there just to give you an idea, but yeah. Okay, we don't need these stuff. That's just for my standard kneeboard. All right, that's it about the MDC. See, now we're hitting the time 1930.
Nice.
All right, talked about that. Is there anything we need to any questions, anything you want to know before we take off?
No, just one thing I would like to make you aware of. I have recently had some issues with my headset just turning black for a couple of seconds. Still trying to figure that out. Just saying it might happen. The number of occasion went down recently, but it can happen, and just want to make you aware of that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Good point. Yeah. You VR users and your fancy stuff.
Well, it's a lot of problems usually.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. Yeah. So we could go through. I mean, we basically talked about a lot of VR stuff already, right? VR stuff. Jesus Christ. A lot of the like workflow stuff, right? How we do things.
Yeah. I was already wondering.
Yeah. Sometimes I get confused. Anyway, what we could do though is pre-brief a little bit on procedures and how we do stuff while flying, right? So to talk through the flight, we start up the jet. You don't need to say anything. Just start up the jet, put in the waypoints, get the jet ready to taxi. At some point, I'll give you a call, set up the radio, obviously. At some point, I'll give you a call asking for a radio check, right? On all interflight frequencies. So we set up aux on button 3, like it's in the MDC. That's one interflight frequency, and the other one is MIDS button 22, right? Set up both freaks. I'll initiate a radio check just by saying Wolf 2 radio check MIDS button 22, and then I'll say Wolf 2 1, and you just respond Wolf 2 2. You don't need to say how me, whatever. I initiate and I check, right? So I say, I initiate the radio check. I'm saying my call sign. As soon as you respond, I think you heard me, right? So
Yeah.
and if I don't hear you, I will ask for you, right? So there's no need to make that extra communication. That's a DCS thing to, in a radio check, to ask for basically every response, right? A lot of guys, like if you then they say, got you Lima Charlie, how me?
Yeah.
Right? No need for that. Make it as short as possible to declutter the radios.
No Hollywood.
No Hollywood, exactly. Yeah.
One question about that. Where is our interflight frequency? I didn't quite find that yet on the knee board.
On the knee board, it is if you see in the flight part where it says our call sign and the crew names, you have modex and then it says aux. By the way, are you familiar with the terminology aux and pry?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's preset already.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
button free. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, I think I see different things from what you see. Just a heads up. I think you're pointing at stuff from time to time that I don't see.
Obviously. Like I'm not streaming anymore, right? So.
Yeah, not anymore right now.
Yeah.
No, you just stopped.
Yeah. When I closed the window that I was streaming, then it shut down.
Yeah.
All right. Where did we stop? Yeah. So start up the jet, set up I do the radio check. Then I'll give you a call, report ready, nav check, and alpha check, right? You know alpha and nav check?
Nav check, is that the waypoints and the bearing range to it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a nav check. So we go through every single waypoint. Alpha check is just a check to bullseye. So get up your SA page or your or use the HSI and just make the reciprocal heading, and give coordinates from bullseye. That's an alpha check. Normally we don't do nav checks, right? Especially not if we have like preset waypoints in the jets, right? Because there's no need to do a complete nav check. So we just do an alpha check. That is to be sure, okay, our nav systems are working, right? So that's the purpose of the alpha check. A, you have set the correct bullseye, and B, your nav system is working correctly. Nav check. If we enter manual waypoints, it makes sense to do a nav check.
Yeah.
After the nav check, it's so hard to go through that stuff in my mind. Yeah, after the nav check, I'll do the ATC communications. So if we don't have human controller, what we tend to do is we pretend we have one. So we do a weird mixture of VFR and IFR communications. Controlled, uncontrolled, right?
Yeah.
So we will use ground, tower, and departure or approach frequencies. But we will make informative calls, right? So I will say we're taxiing instead of asking for taxi permission.
Yeah.
That's just to like keep the habit of changing the channels, right? Because get out of, like, if you're not doing it that often, like, it might get confusing for some people. So that's why we use these frequencies and not using a single frequency for uncontrolled operations. But yeah, you didn't need to worry about that. And if you notice that I forget to change the frequency, give me a call.
All right.
Yeah. So then we take off. We taxi towards the runway, and then we will determine on which side lead will stand. Right. We do that by the wind direction. So let's say we're staying on the runway. Wind is coming slightly from the right side of the runway. Lead is going to the left side of the runway, just to prevent, like, in case there are gusts or anything, and I get like pushed a bit over, right? I'm getting pushed away from your flight path, basically.
Yeah.
We will get into position on the runway. I will report in position. You will report in position. That's not very realistic, I know, but we don't have hand signals in DCS, right? So we have to do it verbally. Then when we're both in position, I'll give the runner map call. We'll spool up the engines to around 80%, hold the brakes, wipe out the flight controls. That's a good habit, by the way, because on the carrier you also do that, right? On the carrier, you before you salute, so you spool up the engines. You're on the cat. You're hooked into the cat. You get your engines full afterburner, and then you wipe out the flight controls, and then you go, right? So just to and believe it or not, like it helped me in the past because my rudders had the tendency to not sync with DCS, and so I had to like unplug them and replug them before they would start working. And, I mean, I normally notice that when starting taxiing. That's when I started to do what I never did before because it's DCS, right? It always works. Started to doing brake test, right? Start rolling, hit the brakes, like you would do in real life as well, right? Every jet, they start rolling, hit the brakes, see if the brakes are working correctly. I do that exactly for that purpose. Yeah, wipe out the flight controls. Then we take off. I will give call brakes. The third brakes, I release, go, and you make a 5-second separation and come behind me.
Okay.
And that's it for the takeoff. I think we don't brief the other stuff. I'll do that on the fly because I mean you will probably forget it anyway if I tell you now how we do comms, right? There's no sense to do it. All right. I think that's it for my part. If you don't have any questions, I'd say we make. Let me check the time. We have 1940, so we have about 20 minutes left. You can start DCS. Look for the server. Just search for CVW66. You have the mods installed and everything?
Yeah, should be working. Yeah.
Okay, so start DCS. I'll need to start the server or change the server to a different mission. Right, server management. Oh, now I have to. Oh boy, the new thing, the new command system, mission /mission NTTR.
Evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Hello.
How you guys doing?
Raj, I'm confused with that new mission stuff. I think I've done it correct. How do I change presets now? /preset?
You try it? No, I don't think that's correct. It's mission. I think mission modify. I think that's what it's called. Mission.
I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just new. It's I have to get used to it as well. It's a little bit different,
mission
but it's
modify.
/mission space modify.
I got it. Okay, enter.
Are you guys gonna go off the boat or NTT? Oh, NTTR.
NTTR,
okay. Yeah, okay.
By the way, the wind for whatever runway, like you can't combine them, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I last time I did, I think winds for runway 03, and it combined it with light winds, and it gave me like a crazy amount of crosswind, like 15 knots of crosswind above the runway or so.
Yeah, light winds is not. It has a wind direction and a speed. So in that sense, you cannot combine them.
Okay, so
but you can combine time and wind, for instance, but not a light. I can't put in a preset with only a wind speed. It needs to be direction and speed.
Copy.
Yeah.
So I just make wind for 03 and make the time, right? And that's it. Basically, right? Okay.
So you haven't done it yet, right?
Now I did. Now I need to
Yeah, I
pause
see
the
it
mission,
loading.
so the time is somewhat right.
12:30 with 035 at 10.
Yeah, that's better than the
Super.
crazy amount of crosswind last time.
Oh yeah. Maybe for a fan flight, you don't have to do a spectacular cross.
Yeah, the landing was really spectacular. I couldn't see my flight path marker. It was all the way to the left of that.
Oh wow. Okay.
And now you get a love DCS, right? Now I have like a window controls. No, where's it? System? No. Was it system? It was system, right? Yeah. Where is my resolution there? And then
you guys have a good flight. I need to work on tomorrow's mission.
Yeah, I need to do some planning stuff as well, but apparently I need to fly now.
Apparently you do. All right.
Apparently, yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good flight.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm just starting the server, so you can try to connect. If you have connected, we can make a little break. Go grab a drink, go to the toilet, whatever, and then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, found it.
Found it. Okay.
What's the password?
Yeah, I think we changed it. Wait. Give me a second. I'll just pause the mission real quick so we don't. So the timings.
Oh, I found it.
You found it?
Yeah. Socks, I think.
Yeah, it could be that it was changed because we had some leaks.
Oh, yeah, it worked. No, to be honest, I saw it during our little intro chat when you showed me the server. I just saw it and I remembered it, but yeah, it worked.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one should be correct. Yeah, that I showed you in the server stats channel in Discord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the correct one. You will see that once we're through the fan flights, you'll get full access to Discord, and then you can see that stuff.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, if you're able to connect, then what is the time
I'm
now?
in. Yeah.
Oh my. Time is let's say 2000.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. All right.
Good for me. So 2000 back here in the Discord chat or.
Yeah, back here in Discord, we make sure we're both here, and then I'll unpause the server, we mute Discord, and off we go.
Perfect.
All right.
See you later.
All right. Back.
Yep, I'm back.
I gotta restart the server. Like that weather is interesting.
Okay. Crosswind again?
Yeah, just leave the server. I'll restart it. New weather
Yep.
preset.
I'm gone.
Okay. Modify. Mission modify. That one is better. Okay, mission is up again. or some strange sand, glowing, gloomy stuff around.
Oh, is it the? I think that's the fog or dust setting or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, right. But it's still there, and anyway. Okay, we'll take it from there. Yeah, just boy. Maybe it's IFR after all. No, just take it. Yeah, join the server if you're fancy, and then.
Yep. I mean,
The selectable jet below me in the.
I do have one issue with the open kneeboard. 1 second. Oh, I think it's good now. Yep. Okay, where are you? Oh. Okay, so we're good to go?
Yep, just spawn and start up the jet, and we can mute Discord here in a second. I'm just rearming.
Okay. Skin-wise, what should I put on, or is it already?
No, it's not. It's not. The mission is not changed since we changed skins. The VFA 166 without anything. It says. I think it says clean and used or something, like just that one.
Okay. Okay.
Request rearming. Copy. Rearming complete.
Alright. I'm muting Discord.
Okay.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls.
Runway 03 left. Tower frequency 275.800 MHz, 327.000 MHz. Advise on initial contact. Nellis Airport. Information Sierra. 20 hours Zulu. Sunrise at 0422 hours local time. Sunset at 1858 hours local time. Wind from 058 at 19 knots. Visibility 10 statute miles. Cloud base 8,200. Ceiling 8,900 feet. Temperature 29 degrees Celsius. Dew point 19 degrees Celsius. Altimeter, QNH 30.24, QFE 28.28 inches of mercury. Active runway 03 left. Tower frequency 275.800 MHz, 327.000 MHz. Advise on initial contact. You have information Sierra. Nellis Airport. Information Sierra. 20 hours Zulu. Sunrise at 0422 hours local time. Sunset at 1858 hours local time. Wind from 058 at 19 knots. Visibility 10 statute miles. Cloud base 8,200. Ceiling 8,900 feet. Temperature 29 degrees Celsius. Dew point 19 degrees Celsius. Altimeter, QNH 30.24, QFE 28.28 inches of mercury. Active runway 03 left. Tower frequency 275.800 MHz, 327.000 MHz. Advise on initial contact. You have information Sierra. Nellis Airport. Information Sierra. 20 hours Zulu. Sunrise at 0422 hours local time. Sunset at 1858 hours local time. Wind from 058 at 19 knots. Visibility 10 statute miles. Cloud base 8,200. Ceiling 8,900 feet. Temperature 29 degrees Celsius. Dew point 19 degrees Celsius. Altimeter, QNH 30.24, QFE 28.28 inches of mercury. Active runway 03 left. Tower frequency 275.800 MHz, 327.000 MHz. Advise on initial contact. You have information Sierra. Nellis Airport. Information Sierra. 20 hours Zulu. Sunrise at 0422 hours local time. Sunset at 1858 hours local time. Wind from 058 at 19 knots. Visibility 10 statute miles. Cloud base 8,200. Ceiling 8,900 feet. Temperature 29 degrees Celsius. Dew point 19 degrees Celsius. Altimeter, QNH 30.24, QFE 28.28 inches of mercury. Active runway 03 left. Tower frequency 275.800 MHz, 327.000 MHz. Advise on initial contact. You have information Sierra.
Wolf 2, radio check, mids button 22, Wolf 2-1.
Wolf to 2.
Wolf 2, radio check, aux button 3, mid Wolf 2-1.
Wolf to 2.
Alright, Wolf 2, ready, alpha check.
Wolf to 2, stand by. Wolf 22, INS is shortly before being aligned, then I'm ready.
Sunrise at 0422 hours local time. Sunset at 1858 hours local time.
I accidentally did go to nav first, so it takes a bit longer because I'm not allowed to use stored heading.
Copy. No worries.
Move to 2, ready.
Roger, bolts 154, 86.1.
Move to 2, same.
Alright, let's continue with the nav check. Whiskey 2, ready?
Ready.
Whiskey 2, 307 and 98.5.
Move to 2, same.
Whiskey 3, 289er, 84.6.
Move to 2, same.
Whiskey 4, 302, 32.0.
Move to 2, same.
Whiskey 5, 291, 98.6.
Move to 2, same.
Roger, good nav check. Give me a second here. Right, move to 1, cargo ready to taxi.
Move to 2, ready, taxi.
Tower Wolf 2 flight of 2 FA-18s parked runway west, information 0 on bound, taxi into runway 03 left. Wolf 2 flight, taxi in sequence.
Move to 2.
Our wind is 058 so apparently Roger lied to us, and then we have some crosswind, and yeah.
Well, it's gonna be interesting then.
Yeah, I mean, 058 is not too bad, but 19 knots is still a lot of wind.
Nice Galaxy. Is that part of the mod?
That's a military aircraft mod.
Ah, nice.
There are also some C2s. You should be more enthusiastic about the C2s than the Galaxy.
Oh, I didn't really look at them. Yeah, those. I thought those were Hawkeyes, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's ground. Wolf 2 holding short, 03 left, pushing tower. Alright, push pry button 2. Let's tower Wolf 2 flight holding short 0 left and taking off 0 left flex turnout. I'm, by the way, taking the left side, wind is 058.
Roger.
Wolf 2 1 is in position.
Wolf to 2 in position.
I mean, it's fine, though come a bit more forward. Try to align my main landing gear, so you only see, basically align your head with my main landing gear.
Roger.
Making it a bit more, making it a bit tighter. In case we have more aircraft. Alright, Wolf 2, run him up. And Wolf 2-1 in the green.
Wolf to 2 in the green.
Rex, Rex, Rex. Wolf 2-1 airborne. Crosswind isn't too bad. It pushes you a bit left, but not too bad. Contact speed for rejoin 250.
Confirm clear to join?
Yeah, clear to rejoin. Come in right parade. Coming slightly left here and climbing about 3,000. Let's tower Wolf 2 is airborne and pushing departure. And Wolf 2, push pry button 3.
2.
Alice departure, Wolf 2. 4,000 for 15,000 Sally corridor. Out here on 320 in a second. And then nose a bit down, a bit very draggy. You're a bit familiar with the airspaces around here? Like Sally corridor and stuff like that?
Just barely, to be honest. I haven't spent much time on this map. And 2 settled right.
Visual. Yeah, it's not a big deal if you're not. Just this map has some nice visual references, especially for departures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're over Winner LZ in the airspace called X-Ray, and you see that mountain ridge we're coming up, which is going left to right here to the north.
Yep.
That's a good visual reference. If we follow that until it runs out in a valley, that's pretty much Sally corridor for us, and we can then follow a road that runs through the valley up to the northwest, and that will lead us directly to Waypoint Dream, which is the end of departure waypoint here.
Roger.
Slightly right, following the ridge line. From up here, the weather doesn't look too bad regarding the dust stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty shallow, I guess.
Yeah. Going out 360. In a way, I'm just talking more than I normally would, like like later at later points I won't say at which headings and stuff, right? I would just fly, especially for those easy turns.
Roger.
Hey, Texaco is some 80 miles away from us. The road I was talking about earlier is coming up at our nose there, running through the valley a bit to our left.
Roger.
And we don't follow Sally corridor to the end here. We just go straight ahead, follow flight to Texaco. So come slightly right. Reference is 015.
2.
Endless departure, Wolf 2 leaving airspace and pushing showtime. Alright, Wolf 2 push pry button 9.
2.
Okay, on tactical frequencies we do check-ins. So I initiate the check-in on our interflight frequency by saying Wolf 2 check-in on Pry, and then I just say on Pry my call sign, and you just respond with your call sign as well. Make sense?
Yep.
All right, Wolf 2 check-in on Pry. Wolf 2 1.
Wolf 2-2.
And showtime Wolf 2 to ship Hornet, bolts 14354.0, checking in as fragged, direct Texaco. Okay, leveling out here. Normally we would stay 1,000 feet below the tanker track, but I know that he's normally roughly 500 feet higher than the briefed flight level 210. So we probably are good with 20,500.
Roger.
Sensor contact on the tanker, 30 miles. He's turning right in front of us. We don't have to do
Nice.
our turn or anything.
Makes it easy for you.
Yep. I mean DCS tankers. Nothing like in real life, so.
Yeah, they can be quite violent.
Yeah, I mean also like these kind of rejoins you would only have in like not in a pre-brief tanking or anything, right? You would do running rendezvous, or the tanker would help you somewhat by coming towards you, so you don't have to chase him all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks like we're still... He's low. This, like DCS has a weird thing to calculate altitudes you set in the mission editor. It like you set it to 20,000, and it's a couple thousand feet off because DCS uses true altitude instead of barometric altitude. So it changes with temperature and stuff, right? The deviation between barometric and true altitude. It's really weird.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
So he's actually at what looks like 19,000 feet.
Yeah. Well, there's only so much we can simulate in DCS.
I mean, DCS could use barometric altitude to begin with, right? That would be nice for AI aircraft at least.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, we have to account for, you know, the weaknesses that DCS brings.
Yeah, sure. Don't want to complain. It's just a pain in the ass at times to properly get the altitudes and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. No disagreement there.
Oh, he turned a bit early, so we have to chase him, catch him in the next turn, it seems.
Roger. Yeah, that's part of why DCS. The issues that DCS has is kind of what pushed me over the edge in the begin with to go fly with people, because I used to fly some liberation missions on my own, and my wingman just yelling at me constantly, contacts and spiked, and then crashing into the enemy, basically just killed my immersion.
Yeah, totally. Liberation, exactly for that reason, because you're so dependent on AI, was never something for me. I enjoyed the Raven 1 campaigns. All the Baltic Dragon stuff really is great. These were great campaigns, even in single player, because they are not dependent on the actual DCS AI system.
Oh, okay, yeah. I played, I guess, about half of the Raven 1 campaign so far, and it's really great. I read the books, so I was very happy when they brought this campaign out.
Yeah, I read the books as well, and I think I played both campaigns completely.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed that they made things like the missing man formation work, you know, in DCS, which I don't know how they did, but it's quite impressive.
It's basically because the aircraft, like, they're not the actual DCS AI stuff, right? They're I don't think they're scripted, but there's some way, I don't know how exactly he does it, but it works, so fine by me.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Alright, tankers 5 miles ahead of us. You should start turning any moment soon. We're visual, climbing up to his altitude and pushing his freak. Short time, Wolf 2. Visual on Texaco and pushing boom. Alright, push pry button 11.
2.
And Wolf 2, comms check on pry. Wolf 2-1.
Wolf to 2.
Texaco, Wolf 2, 2-ship F-18, trailing 4 miles, request left observation. And Wolf to 2, switch left.
Wolf to 2, passing under.
You know, there's one thing I don't like while flying.
And that is?
Hearing my radar altimeter going off at 19,000 feet.
Oh,
Try to, if you're crossing sites, try to go back a bit. So go back, then cross under and come forward again. You never
Roger.
know what your flight lead is doing, right? If I push the nose a bit, could be very hairy.
Roger, yeah.
Second favorite thing in DCS, chasing tankers.
Yeah, absolutely. Depending on how long the track is, it can take a while.
Yeah, he should turn any moment. I mean, we're catching up. We're like 100 knots closer, so.
Ah, yeah.
Only 1 mile. Should be fine. Speed is coming back a bit here. On Wolf 2 nose cold, which is safe.
Wolf 2-2, nose is cold, switch is safe.
Wolf 2-1 nose cold, switch is safe. Come in slightly low, speed coming back. And now he's turning. Jesus. I'm way too fast. Gotta pull the boards here. Wolf 2 idle. Go, go, go. Should be fine with idle though. Christ. Alright, here we are settled, catching the speed.
3, anchor here. Texaco 1-1, Uzi 2-1, request rejoin.
Uzi 2-1, Texaco 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 20,000, at 290.
Sorry for that hard break there. Should have called him earlier to not make such a hard turn.
That's alright.
Okay, let's for training purposes establish a proper left observation and not that wanky stuff I'm doing here. Mexico, Wolf 2-1, left observation, recrossing pre-contact left hose. And sliding over. So you fly formation off the tanker's wing. Once I have made contact to the left hose, you're clear to go for the right hose.
Roger.
Ready, pre-contact.
Cleared contact. Contact.
Texaco, Wolf 2-2, left observation, request right hose. Sliding over.
Texaco 1-1, Uzi 2-2, request rejoin.
Uzi 2-2, Texaco 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 20,000, at 290.
Ready, pre-contact.
Cleared contact.
Mexico Wolf 2-1, transfer complete on right observation.
You're taking fuel.
I don't wonder if I'm doing strange things. I'm taking screenshots and stuff in between, so formation looks a bit strange at times.
Very nice.
Disconnect.
Mexico, Wolf 2-2. Transfer complete, moving to right observation.
Mexico Wolf 2, thanks for the gas, leave information. Alright, climbing up here. Getting roughly 1,000 feet above the tanker track, slightly to the right, and then we leave it. And Wolf 2, push pry button 9.
Wolf 2-2.
And Wolf 2, comms check on pry. Wolf 2-1.
Wolf 2-2.
Wolf 2 is back with you, bolts 057, 40 miles, refueling complete. Alright, we have some 100 miles to go for the stand sites, which gives us plenty time to go through a couple of formations. I take it you're familiar. Well, first of all, Wolf 2 knows what.
Wolf 2-2, no shot.
Okay, I take it you are familiar with like a parade, cruise, stuff like that.
Yeah, somewhat, but we've often really used echelon right, left, and just when we went cruise, we went about half a mile separation. I'm aware that it might be done differently in different squadrons.
Normally, no. Real life wise, you have parade, right, which is basically what you flew before, which is 3 feet 3 feet wingtip separation, and putting my head on my leg slide, if that makes sense. You know what the leg slide on the Hornet is?
Yeah, AFM.
Alright, so that would be cruise, right? Parade. Pretty close, and we standardly fly it on the right side, because that is where we use it. For example, on the carrier, right? Coming in for the carrier break, you'd be on the right side, right? That's why it's flown on the right side.
Yeah.
And since Navy aircraft only can do left-hand turns, right? The right, to fly right, the stick is blocked. We only can fly left-hand turns. So, it's also easier to fly it on the outside.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Leveling out here, roughly 22. Enough. Okay, so that's parade. Cruise is basically 10 feet nose tails. Wait, you know what? You take the lead for a second. I'll show you the formations. That's way easier than me explaining it. You ready?
Right. Yep, 2 sliding forward.
Copy. And Wolf 2-1 is rejoining. Just fly reference Whiskey 2. Did I say head on the leg slide? How should that work? I meant a sidewinder tip on the leg slide, obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a bit wondering about that, but okay.
Sometimes I'm confused. Don't take me serious.
So sidewinder on the leg slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically this position I'm flying in right now. That's parade formation. Normally I'm flown
Roger.
on the right side, obviously, standard. And only if you want to fly it on the left side, then you brief it left side. Then a balanced parade is what you would call a fingertip in the Air Force, right? Where you have 1 aircraft on the right side and 2 aircraft on the left side. That's
Roger.
balanced parade. Alright, next one is cruise. Cruise we fly 10 feet nose-tail separation. So I'm sliding a bit back. And roughly here. Right? And a bit further apart as well, right? Don't need to fly like 3 feet. That's a cruise formation. So parade is used to look good. And cruise is used if we transit in a non-tactical environment, right? So what I can do in cruise is this. Without you saying me something, right? I can just fly here and come to the other side. You don't... Like, cruise is a flexible formation. Right? Like this, I could fly here. Or what you shouldn't do though is like flying on the 6 o'clock of the flight lead, right? Slightly high or slightly low, something like that, because like doesn't make sense to fly behind one. It's good if he can see you, adds to safety and stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
So these are basically the only 2 basically 3 formations that Navy aircraft really use in non-tactical environments. Right? There's not much more. And that is basically all we use as well. It's a balanced parade. Some guys call it fingertip, mostly because they're Air Force biased. Yeah, and normal parade on the right side. Or you could say, flight lead could say, okay, fly parade left. And then you fly it on the left side. And then obviously cruise. Cruise with a 4-ship is, by the way, every aircraft, like Dash 2 flies 10 feet nose tail of Dash 1, and Dash 3 flies 10 feet nose tail of Dash 2, so on and so forth, right?
Yep.
Sometimes you will see if flight lead calls cruise out of a balanced parade, for example, that guys will just stay here, right? Make the separation a bit greater, a bit wider, and just stay in that formation. So it basically looks like a parade, just with tighter stuff, right? That is not the correct way, though it is accepted, let's say, right?
Okay.
Next thing, tactical formations, and now half a mile apart is a tactical formation, and that is what the Navy calls tech wing, and the Air Force calls fighter wing. Oh, wait,
okay.
I might have forgot to align my HMD. Shame on me. Anyway, it'll be fine. So I'd fly. Tech wing is between 1,500 and 3,000 feet, right? So up to half a mile separation. But I could fly, and then like a little offset, right? So this could be a fighter wing right now.
Okay.
Tech wing, sorry. Now I'm getting Air Force biased. But this, like I'm flying out here, this is also a fighter wing, right? And now I'm like 0.5 miles away. Okay? So again, you can slide left to right as well. Like I'm not bound. I fly in a 60-degree cone off of you, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, the next thing we have is line abreast. I guess you know that, pretty self-explanatory, right? Standard distance is 1 mile that we fly that, and a little altitude separation, right? Because it makes it easier to check SIGs and stuff. So you would fly as a wingman, you would fly line abreast a couple of feet, 500 to 1,000 feet higher or lower. And that's basically it, formation-wise. There are other formations, like you can fly a box, offset box formation, stuff like that. But we rarely use that. It's in the SOPs, and it's always kind of a mixture of the other formations, right? Because a box formation, for example, is basically 1-1-2 flying line abreast, and -3 flies at 1 mile trail of -1, and -4 flies a line abreast of -3, right? So it's just a mixture.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's why we might do that stuff, but in MQ, but normally we don't, because you need for aircraft and for training, only for the formation training. It's kind of yeah. Right. Okay, what's your speed?
276.
Okay, I'm overshooting that. Anyway, I'm taking the lead, clear to rejoin. It was totally on purpose that I overshot.
One has the lead, rejoining.
All right. Yeah, anything else for formations? I don't think so. I mean, the rest really is in the SOPs. But yeah, that's it really about formation. Okay. All right.
Okay, so sidewinder tip to leg slide is like this, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It's a bit more forward than I'm used to, because we used to do sidewinder tips to head, but I can adjust to that.
Yeah. The thing is, I can show you real life documents that tell you put the sidewinder head on the leg slide.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying it's wrong or anything.
not taken that way. No worries.
Oh, okay.
But I used to do that as well. Like I used to put the sidewinder head on the tip, on the head, right? The sidewinder tip. So I feel you. No worries.
All right.
It's also like you need to get used to it because you're looking pretty far to the side, right, to see it. So.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, I think we're coming up here on. Let me check. Oh boy. Okay. We fly in a little orbit to the right and extend a bit to the north here because we're already pretty close to our target area.
Roger.
And we'll switch frequencies. Wolf 2 push button 8. Showtime. Wolf 2. Continuing with exercise in EC South, pushing blackjack. Okay. Wolf 2, come check and pry. Wolf 2 1.
Wolf 2.
And blackjack. Wolf 2, conducting exercise in EC South. Miles from the target area. If I activate that SA2 now, we'll get shot. Anyway, Wolf 2 fence in. And Wolf 2-1 is fenced in. 11.2 no alibis.
Wolf 2-2 fenced in, 11.4 no alibis.
And you're clear to go, tag wing.
2.
Distance is up to you. Alright, so we extend a bit north now. And once we're like approximately 50 miles away, we'll turn south again, reference Whiskey 5. I'll see if we get the SA2 on track, and then shoot the pre-briefed shot on it.
Roger.
And one aircraft, we shoot a 1 harm each. You will shoot on code 126, which is the track radar, and I will shoot on code 122, which is the P19 search radar.
2 copy. 126.
Continue to into a right-hand turn here. No, like 10 minutes ago I said Navy jets can't fly right turns, and now we're flying right turns. Amber attack wing is slightly behind me in the 70-degree cone.
Roger.
Let's expedite this. Throttle coming up at a reference speed 350 and coming right 2G per turn. We are shooting in aircraft arm pull-up, by the way. We're pretty close anyway.
What?
Turns here a bit, coming back left. Keep the throttle open, coming towards target waypoint. RWR clean so far, nothing yet.
2.
There we go, search radar.
2 same.
Fire either at 20 miles or if we get a singer.
Roger.
Scratch singer spike. No, not spike. Jesus, mud. Mud is what I want
Yeah.
to say. Enter 2. Here is the mud.
2 mud.
Okay, clear to engage.
2.
Move to 1 Magnum SA2 P19 search radar.
Move to 2 Magnum SA2.
Evasive maneuver, right 4G pull now. I go a bit higher, stay low. I'll cross over you.
Visual.
Reference heading 360.
2.
Pulling up 360. Make it 20,000 feet. Kick in the autopilot here for a second, track problems. Give me a second.
Yep.
Okay, stay in a right-hand turn here. Come closer, so follow me. Just then the standard check turn to the right.
2.
Okay. Looks like targets are not sure actually. The search rider is gone. Just saw the SI2 though. We'll see. And back view. Out. Reference 160 roughly. Slightly right.
We are getting quite slow.
Yeah, thanks. Still having weird stuff with TechView from time to time.
I see.
A bit more right here. Looks like we destroyed both targets. Nothing on the
Nice.
RWR so far. Right, nails, sorry nails, dirt SA8, 9 o'clock.
2, same.
2, extend north about 5 miles, then turn around, engage.
Roger, turning north 5 miles.
I was looking for the target area the whole time. It was freaking hidden under a cloud. I just flew off a radial and tried to find it. It worked.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'll extend 5 miles north and then attack the SA8 at our southeast.
Roger. Affirmative.
2.
One is still third 8.
2, turning southeast.
Stay below Angels 20. I'll stay above.
2. Two, Magnum, SA8, southeast.
Copy. Yeah, egress to the west, and I'll engage if there's the second one, or if you don't destroy yours.
2.
And 2, report a visual on me.
2, visual. 1 o'clock high.
Coming left for some reason I can't uncage my arm. Why?
I'll hold here for a second.
Yeah, I do it. I'll try to engage. Don't know why I can't hand off the target.
Do.
Engaging. Magnum. Thought it in self-protect. I don't know why I can't hand it off. Alright, 2 clear to rejoin.
2, rejoining.
I'm not paying. Shots 20.
Two visual.
Reference 250 knots.
2. Coming left, reference Whiskey 4. Where are you in relation to me? 5 miles trail.
Roger. Reference 270 knots and heading waypoint 4.
2. 2, establish tackling.
2 visual. Your targeting pod looking weird as well, with the clouds being freaking bright and stuff.
Isn't that normal in DCS?
Well, this time it's way more prominent.
Maybe the fog setting is messing with it, I don't know.
Yeah. Clouds gonna be interesting for target finding. Interesting for dive bombing runs.
Is it right over the target?
I don't know yet. Haven't found the targets. I don't know where they are. I always I search them as well. Like I'm not putting an ease on me. I'm not cheating.
I started doing that in decaf at some point after I did my what felt like 50th flight bombing the same target. I just cheated by noting down the coordinates so I didn't have to search for it.
I mean, I built this mission, right? So I know where all the targets are. But
Oh,
I still
yeah, I
have
see.
to use. Hello, clouds. Didn't saw them coming. First time we have clouds at Angels 20 here. Where did they come from? Like, we didn't have clouds all the time and we're all like flying at the same altitude, roughly. I had to climb Angels 22 and resume on orbit around Whiskey 4.
2.
I think it's looking not too good for the normal targets we use. Wait, actually it does. What?
What sort of radius do you want around Whiskey 4?
I get 5 miles.
2.
All right, 2 report ready, copy coordinates.
Two, ready coordinates.
Northings 3631448 Westings 115530998.
Sorry, was not prepared for precise coordinates. Please once more.
Northings 3631448 Westings 115530998.
2, copy.
Oh no, wait. There went something wrong with the coordinates. Sorry for that. Okay, say ready, copy.
Ready.
Northings 36426128. Westings 115461085.
2, copied all.
And elevation is 4253.
2.
All right, open your sensors, tell me what you see.
Two has captured 2 vehicles. One seems to be a battle tank, the other one a BTR. Not sure.
One copies, give me a second here on masked by clouds. Try to stay southwest of the target for good visuals.
Roger, maneuvering.
Okay, Wolf 2-1 confirms 1 MBT, 1 APC. Tell me the type of the most northern vehicle.
Northern vehicle is the main battle tank.
Wolf 2-1 concurs, and tell me the orientation of the turret.
Orientation, turret faces northeast.
Concur, that's your target, called heli target.
Target captured.
Heli target. Otherwise I can't say
Oh,
clear to
tele-
engage.
Tally target.
Order, Wolf 2-1, Wolf 2-2, clear to engage. And Wolf 2-1 will engage afterwards, the APC.
Wolf 2-2. Wolf 2-2 will maneuver cold for a second for clear view.
Yeah, roger. Most likely, yeah. No, choose yourself. It's fine.
Confirm for a AGM-65 attack.
Affirm.
Wolf 2-2 turning in. Wolf 2 in hot 360. Wolf 2-2 rifle BT correction main battle tank.
Wolf 2-1 copies, and Wolf 2-1 is in hot 015. The freaking clouds moved.
Did they? I was really wondering because I lost visual with the flare.
Yeah, me too. They moved. They definitely moved. I was perfectly able to visualize targets here before, and now I'm not. Anyway, diving for the deck, 10,000 feet. Wolf 2-1 rifle APC. Okay, that was a bad attack. I have no idea if missile hits. Should have aborted and re-engaged, but fuel is getting tight here.
Wolf 2-2 visual 2 splashes.
Roger. Yeah, I was just masked there by clouds on the egress, so if it would have been realistic, my laser wouldn't have guided the missile in all the way.
Yeah, same towards the end. I also wasn't sure if I hit or not. At the end I was completely masked.
Yeah. Alright, I'll give you the choice for the dive bomb to find the dive bomb target. You want to talk on with visual references, or do you want to do the sensor track?
I guess I can go for a talk up.
Alright. Confirm your visual with creature for space.
Visual, and I'm just climbing up again to Angels 22.
Alright, Creech Air Force Base has a runway running east-west. Call contact.
Contact.
At runway is my unit of measure, and now report contact on the perimeter road of the airbase and the most northern part of the perimeter road. There is a road crossing and leading out through the valley to the north. Call contact on that crossing.
Stand by, Mosk. Two has contact on the perimeter roads around the described runway. Say again from there.
On the on the northeastern corner of the perimeter road of the airbase, approximately call contact on the northeastern corner of the perimeter road.
Contact.
Right, from that perimeter, from that corner, follow the road to the west for approximately 1/4 of a unit of measure until you see a junction with the perimeter road and another road running north-south.
Contact.
Okay, follow the road to the north for approximately 1 unit of measure until you hit a see a Y-shaped junction.
Two, contact.
Alright, follow the road to the west from that Y-shaped junction for approximately 2 units of measure until the road makes a left-hand bend through to mountain or hilltops.
Confirm a right-hand bend.
Left-hand bend.
Roger, stand by, maneuvering and mask due to clouds. And 2 is Joker.
1-1 copy, 1-1 is 2-1 is also Joker, continue. By the way, what we're doing right now is not part of the actual FAM flight.
Roger. 2 has contact on the perimeter road, turning left between 2 mountain ridges.
Copy. From that left-hand bend, follow cross-country across the 2 eastern mountain hilltops for approximately 2 units of measure, and you should find a bombing circle target approximately 1 unit of measure behind the last hilltop or east of the last hilltop.
Confirm following the bend, 2 units of measure past the previous targets that are still smoking for...
Negative. From the bend, you go cross-country to the east across 2 hilltops for 1 unit of measure and call contact on the last hilltop before it gets totally flat. From that bend east cross country for 1 unit of measure.
2 is targeting the bend. Confirm, are we talking about the same bend?
Yep.
Right. 2 has visual on the bombing circle.
Roger, that's your target. Call tally target.
Tally target.
Okay, you're cleared to engage. Make your final attack heading. What is a good heading here? I think 360 is a good final attack heading. Try to aim for roughly 30 degrees angle of bank. Angle of bank, angle of
2,
dive,
copied on. Copied. What do you guys call out when you release a bomb?
Pickle.
Roger. Two, tipping in. Two in hot, 360. Two, pickle. Two, shack.
Extend a bit to west. I'll roll in as well here for one bomb. Move to 1 is in 005. Anyway, make final targeting plus minus 10. That's also more than fine. Just so we're not too much in the clouds here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Move to 1 pickle and off to the east. Thanks. I think we were spotted my mistake there during the TRO shot for the harm.
We were spotted?
Yeah, no, we were. That's one of our guys. He spotted the mistake why I couldn't hand off the missile. You never guess something very stupid.
Master arm?
No, master arm was on. I mean that's the classic, right? I forgot to switch off master arm. No, I forgot to center select the left display.
Yeah, that's also a classic.
I was so busy in my head to like look out for the airstrip because I couldn't find it because of the freaking clouds. Totally forgot the basics here. Anyway, it's fine. You're cleared for the second one, by the way.
Roger. Two, tipping in.
You like to fly far away from the target, I guess.
I wasn't sure if we're gonna attack the same target again.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, for we normally when we train dump bombing, we use a proper pattern around the target, which makes it way more or way faster and way more fluid.
Yeah.
Stay east of the target, call off safe and fly to the west, and I roll in. And then after I'm off, I come also off to the west, and then you're clear to rejoin. And then we'll head home. We're close to bingo here.
Two, same. In hot, heading 355. 2, Pickle, off to the west.
Wolf 2-1 in 360. One away off to the west. Alright, Wolf 2-2, you're clear to rejoin Angels 10.
Wolf 2-2. Wolf 2-2, visual. Wolf 2-1, say speed.
Speed 325, decelerating 300.
Roger.
We'll get a gas peak here in a minute. So, Blackjack, Wolf 2, exercise complete and pushing approach. Push pry button 3.
2.
Let's approach Wolf 2, flight of 2 Hornets. Marking LSV 290 for 30 miles and in for a strike recovery direct gas peak. Tired. Before I forget, Wolf 2 fence out and Wolf 2-1 fence out 4.0. No alibis.
Wolf 2-2, fenced out 4.2, no alibi. Wolf 2-2, established tackling.
Go cruise.
Move to 2.
Alright, and next good visual indication. You see the 3 mountain peaks, or it looks more like a mountain ridge just off our nose, slightly right.
2 visual, yeah.
Yeah, the highest peak is Gas Peak, and that's the let's call it an initial approach fix for the VFR recovery.
Alright.
Alright, descending a bit here to 9,000. Alright, so we come over Gas Peak, then we come right, heading 1S6 and 9er, descending to 5,500 feet, and we take it from there. As soon as we cross Gas Peak, and you're clear to go half-mile trail, right? So use that turn to create some separation between us.
Move to 2.
Accepting the radial here, front the 310, and then roughly above Gas Peak, so coming right and continue turning to a heading of 169, 30 degrees angle of bank, and you can go up and right.
2, going trail. 2, spin up.
Alright, past Gas Peak, and we are descending 5,500 feet. Speed is coming back, 250 knots. Next waypoint to check is Simmons at 27848. Alright, if you look to our left, 11 o'clock, you see 2 green patches, right? One more like 10 and the other, one more is like 12 and the other's like 11.
I have visual on one of them, square shaped.
Yeah, that's one, and the other one is right of that one. It's a bit smaller and not as
Visual.
greenish. Yeah, these are the 2 ones. Shadow Creek Golf Course is the big one, and Craig Ranch is the small one.
Copy.
And we need to fly between those 2. We're a bit too high here, 100 feet, nothing too bad. We need to be at 5,000 feet flying between those 2. I'm too fast. So descending 5,000, heading 120. And now, welcome to the horror show here with this making that final turn onto the runway. Okay, here is 5,000. As soon as we pass Shadow Creek, we descend to 4,000, and as soon as we pass Las Vegas Boulevard, so descending 4,000, as soon as we pass Las Vegas Boulevard, we need to descend rather quick to make it make a good, let's call it a good final turn. And we also deploy the gear here pretty early.
Roger.
So here's 4,000. Here comes Las Vegas Boulevard. Crossing Las Vegas Boulevard at 4,000, and my gear is coming down and descending. Coming for the left runway. I forget to switch frequencies. Push button 2. Nellis Tower, Viking,
2.
Wolf 2, 1. Turning final, runway 03 left.
Confirm you take right side, I take it?
No, left side is hot, right side is cold. You land on the left, and as soon as the brakes are working, you're switching right.
Oh, roger.
Wolf 2-1, vacating runway at Delta. Star Wolf to flight runway 03 left vacated, pushing right. Push private 1.
2.
With ground, Wolf 2 vacating 03 left at Delta, taxi to parking. The whole base.
That's a nice scenic view. This fog really gets the desert vibe going, though.
Well, that's true, but it looks awkward if you just look like if I look like south, it's very glowy.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, that would maybe make sense if the sun would be down low, but I mean, the sun is right above us.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it makes it feel like it's somewhere around sunset.
Yeah.
I did not have one black cut this whole flight, which is looking promising.
Yeah, nice. Somebody had to put an ugly S3 somewhere around here, I guess. Couldn't go without.
Well, that one's supposed to get an upgrade quite soon, I think with 2.9.
Yep. Let's hope so. Right for the parking spot. Jesus. I couldn't sleep in my lunch break today. I think that's the problem. Normally like 1 hour lunch break, okay, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, makes sense. I would too. I always didn't know what to do with the second half of the lunch break if it's 1 hour.
Problem is if you get used to it and you can't then for some reason because like it's busy, you have to do certain things at work, right, sometimes, so you can't do a lunch break, then you have a problem because your body is like used to it and you can't.
Yeah.
That basically fucks you up completely.
Yeah, absolutely. I've gotten the habit of sometimes sleeping in the afternoon. I have a 15-minute break in the afternoon, and if I'm doing home office, that's enough to get a quick nap.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I'd say I'll shut this sucker down and see you in debriefing.
Roger, will do.
I didn't pass my own fan flight. I forgot to save the ejection seat when leaving the runway. Aww.
I did, but I did arm it at startup already.
That's fine for the carrier, though.
Yeah, right. That's why I have it on my kneeboard.
Okay. All right, shutting down. All you fancy guys looking the stream, bye-bye. You won't see the debriefing. Because that's secret.